now we're going to get to probably one of the most infamous parts of the Disaster story, and that is Reggie himself. So it is often cited by several outlets, even people who make videos. At almost any time this game is brought up, Disaster is known as the game that Reggie hated. The game that Reggie himself specifically didn't want to come out in North America. And he just didn't like the game. That's kind of been the story that everybody has run with. That originates from an IGN podcast on October 13, 2008. If you go on archive.org, you can actually download this podcast as well and listen to it. About 25 minutes into that podcast, Matt Casamasina, I hope I'm saying his name right, but I think he's actually still with IGN. Mark Bozon, Craig Harrison, Damon Hatfield were all on this podcast, and Matt they were kind of answering a Q&A. Like, people had like a bunch of questions about like upcoming games, and they were also just kind of gushing about like upcoming games at the time, which was actually really fun to listen to. But somebody made a comment about like, oh, what's going on with like games like Disaster and Fatal Frame 4, and Matt mentioned that we hung out with Reggie, and basically he doesn't think Disaster is a $50 game, especially in terms of audio, which he said is laughable. He said he's going to watch it and see how it performs in Europe. If it does well, you'll probably get it in America, and if it's a bomb, you probably won't. This is one podcast, right? And this is not something Reggie had said publicly. So, because I'd heard this story. Like, I've heard, oh, Reggie hates this game, he doesn't like this game. And I said to myself, like, did Reggie, like, ever say that publicly? So I was trying to find where he said this publicly, and to my surprise, he never actually did. That came from this one podcast where Matt made this offhand comment about this, right? And that didn't stop several outlets from taking that story. I have links to them in our Google Doc, basically saying, oh yeah, Reggie hates this game, or Reggie doesn't want this game. They said so in this podcast. And what's also interesting is that some of those news outlets are even commenting that it's odd that Reggie would say that.